Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to TwoCrazyShuckers Creations. I know we missed a video last week and I apologize. As I've stated before, we have custody of our grandson. Well, last week, Tennessee had some not so great weather. So the kids were out of school and it's pretty much impossible for me to make a video when he's home. I have got to find a way to start creating my videos later at night so that I can get more videos to you. Today, we are going to be using these two molds from Crafty 787. We have just a regular bunny here. And then I have this bunny with the cutout. Well, actually, it's like a 2D tail. And I want to use Resins coffee and rose gold. This one I want to do coffee. But this one, I want to put coffee in the tail. I'm going to make the tops coffee, but I want to make the bunny rose gold. Of course, we have our Resin UV lamp. We will be using Resin today. I did yesterday. I still have to demold these. They'll be on a video. We got some little Peeps bunnies and these little chicks. These molds are both from Crafty 787. And then I plan on doing this medium-sized egg in rose gold as well too, if I have any left over today. But you will see some shorts coming of those. For right now, I am going to work on, I may have to open another bottle of resin. I thought it might be a cool time to try using these metallic inks as well. I should have looked ahead to find that's reddish brown. Not really what I'm going for. There's rose gold. That is going to have to be shaken. Yeah, I think we're going to use a little bit of that too. And with the powder. That is so pretty. Let me get a paper towel to open that though, because it has not ever been opened. And I need to get in this drawer to get this special little tack I use. And then I'll shake it again afterwards. How I open these bottles, because I can make a mess. I have this little tack that I use. I don't even know what this came out of. But it's perfect. It's just when you, when you pull it out is when the liquid wants to go everywhere. Oh, this one's being a bugger. Oh, and I still got it on my hands. Not too bad though. Wipe that off real quick. Put it back in the drawer. I don't think there's any brown metallic that I want to use. That copper is cool. I'm not a fan of gold. Oh, wine red. I love these metallics. I've not used them yet though. There's silver, white silver, black, reddish brown. Those are just my regular alcohols. Bronze gold. Sparkle copper. I just don't think. Yeah. We'll put a little bit of this red copper in. And of course I put it away. I'm not going to push this one down as far. See, they make a frightful mess. And then I'm going to give both of them a little shake again before I put them into my Let's Resin UV resin. I'm going to use red copper and the brown, but I'm going to use this rose gold. Oh, that is so pretty. I'm not a pink girl, but I do like rose gold. Set that there. I don't think I've opened this rose gold. Yes, I have. I don't breathe when I open them. I need to put these up here till I get this mixed, is what I need to do. Because I store my powders upside down so that I can see what color it is from the bottom. And that kind of makes for a mess at times. We're going to call that good. We're going to close it back up, and then I'm going to wipe it off with a baby wipe. If people think glitter is messy, you ought to try mica powder. Oh yeah, that is really pretty. Those bunnies are going to be cute in that color. I don't know if I have enough. I'm actually going to add a little bit more resin to that. And I think I'm going to add a little bit more of the rose gold metallic alcohol ink. That is super pretty. I'm in love with that color. Alcohol ink, you know, don't use it. You have to use it sparingly in alcohol ink. I apologize, in UV resin. We want to make sure we got all of that mica mixed in so we don't have any, you know, bunches that aren't cured that actually come up when it cures. And now I'm going to do the brown. I'm going to let that sit for a moment because UV resin will degas on its own a little bit before you ever put it in. Let's see what this one looks like. This is red copper. I'm going to start with 4 drops. Wow, these are gorgeous. I can tell that I'm going to be using these a lot. Okay. I'm going to tap this down. It's already making a mess everywhere. Okay. I don't know. Probably I need to get a little shelf to store my mica powders on so that they don't have to be stored upside down. I can actually store them right side up and just see them as I want them and getting them out of that box, because it has made for a little bit of a mess in the box. And then when you go to get them out, it's a mess. Now I have that everywhere. Just gonna put a little alcohol and this. As you can see, I still have hearts over here that I haven't finished. I just cured and demolded these little shamrocks yesterday. I've been working on this pair of hearts. These are ready to be assembled. That is my Glitter Chick Glitter. What's that called? Gunpowder and lead. Last week kind of put me at a deficit for creating, but that's okay. This week will be a catch-up. Maybe I'll get 2 videos out this week. That is my hope. That is a super pretty color. But again, I don't think I have enough. Oh, that is a really pretty color. I think I'm going to put a little bit more of this in here. Just 2 more drops. I watched a video on YouTube yesterday of someone doing UV resin ink drop earrings. I think I watched the video 4 times in a row. I want to figure out how to do that effectively. I have tried a couple different methods, which I plan to show you at some time. of ways to do that kind of petri dish style in UV resin. And I look forward to showing you the couple of techniques that I have worked out that work well for me. But I am very, very intrigued by that video I watched. I'm not sure if it was their brand of UV resin, but it made me want to try it. So the first thing I have to do is in this little one, I want to make those tails brown. I'm going to take a piece of double stick tape and make sure I don't have anything down in this mold. I have never used it before, but it is a B grade mold, which they still work wonderfully. Her B grade molds, I don't know why she calls them B grade, but you can get some great deals when she has those in little grab bags and whatnot. They're really a good deal. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put a little bit of, and of course it didn't go in there. I will have to clean that up with a Q-tip before I cure it. I'm batting 1,000 today. Okay, so now let me get down here and get a Q-tip. And I'm just gonna soak it with some alcohol. And I have some of those little micro brushes coming that I've seen some other people using recently. And I think I'm going to give those a go. Because Q-tips can sometimes leave a little bit of a, you know, fuzzy trail behind. So, and I don't like using baby wipes because they also have that same kind of, what's the word? Lint? Not lint. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm just going to take the Q-tip and go around this outside edge and make sure that I've got it filled a little bit up, because it is going to sink down in a little bit. When it cures, it will deflate a little. Oh, there's that. That one's got a little bit too much. Okay, I like that. I'm going to clean this Q-tip off to make sure that I don't get any resin on my hands. Because sometimes when you're doing really intricate work, it is hard to work with gloves on. And like I've said in the past, gloves are not my friend. I've tried several different kinds. And for me, in my journey with resin, UV resin, I do better without the gloves. Like I said, you do you do your own personal, what works for you and what is safe for you. Hopefully I am in screen or in focus or whatever the word is. I need to get a little tool out. This is one of those tools that I got at Dollar Tree. It's really a very effective way to move these around. And it doesn't hurt your mold because it has this end on it, you know. I think it's some kind of scoring tool or something. So I think those look good because we're going to add studs to the back of those if I use them. I'm not even sure I'm going to use them yet, but I wanted the option. Hopefully that gets all the bubbles out. Now, as you can see, this is settled Just gonna mix it gently. There are still bubbles in there, but I'm hoping. I can't believe I just did that. Okay, here's what not to do. So what I'm going to do is put this in the lamp and cure that, because the tails need to be cured before I pour the pink. I'll just take that extra rose gold out before I pour more in to cure it. It just needs a couple of minutes. So while we're waiting on that, I'm going to start pouring these brown bunnies that are more natural looking. I'm not really sure who wears bunny earrings other than at Easter. And I still need, I've got a pair of Sully glitter, like peep shaped bunnies that I also need to get finished up and posted. Sadly, the earrings that I've posted last week, the shamrocks that were part of the green glitter challenge, and these hearts that I posted in shorts, I still haven't posted yet on our website, on our Etsy shop, but I will do that. The easiest way to get to our listings is you can go to your search bar, right on Google, and you can put www.TwoCrazyShuckers.com, and it'll take you right to our Etsy page. I'm going to hold off on putting too much more in here just for a moment. I'm going to let it run, and I'm going to kind of I cannot talk today. Guard it from the light from the lamp. And you see it's still flowing down into the ears. And that's really the best way to get fewer bubbles, is let the resin flow how it wants to flow. So I'm going to take these out of the lamp really quick, because this is bothering me that I did that. See, and it cured. That's going to be pretty too. So now you know what not to do. So let's get these going. I'm going to get a bit smaller tipped tool. I'm just going to go around these edges. I'm going to tell you, working with mica, you're going to have a whole lot less air bubbles on the edges than you do with glitter, because it flows so beautifully where it needs to go. And it really makes for a beautiful finish too. As you can see, mica does the same thing in UV resin. As it sits, it kind of pulls into that center. You know, like the blooms on and mica powder kind of makes a crackle effect, and they use it in the blooms. Mica pulls in that same way in UV resin until it's cured. So with these, I'm just going to add a little bit of heat. Well, I say a little, but I want to... There. Now, I'm going to try and use up the rest of this. Oh, I can see that alcohol ink, which I'm sure you can't. But, just going to pull that in. A little bit of overage. I'm going to put a couple of dots up at the head part so it flows into the ears. I don't really dome the back because we have that process of sanding, but I try to get it as level as I can and to get them even with one another. As you can see, this bunny over here needs a little more. So we're just going to keep adding until it's level with the other one, or until we run out, whichever comes first. There, those look perfectly even. I'm going to set the cup in to be cured. And I'm just going to do this a little bit, not much. And they are ready for the UV lamp. Ooh, so I'm going to set them up there. I am not going to cure them yet. I want those to sit for a moment. Okay, those are perfectly cured. Make sure I'm not outside of that bunny tail area. And then I'm going to stir this. And we're going to pour. I'm going to look up real quick and see how close I am to being in frame. Yes, that's what I want to see. As you can see, it's flowing down into those ears. See how it's pulling in, creating that center like the blooms, the 3D blooms do on the two-part epoxy resin videos. I love watching those. I probably will never be that talented with two-part epoxy. We have been getting some two-part molds. There's a big bubble right there I want to get. And we plan to do more with two-part molds. Right now, we are more interested in making videos that highlight UV resin earrings and the techniques that you can use to make your earrings stand out. So this one's pretty full. I'm just going to go around where my jump ring will be in my earring. I'm just going to go around the 90-degree angle of the mold. Not pressing too hard. I don't want to damage my mold. This is a handmade mold. I want to use care. But her crystal clear silicone molds, Crafty 787 shop, are perfect for UV resin earrings. I think we've been with her, buying her molds since the beginning of when she started her business. And I love supporting small. And she takes custom requests. And she makes some unique, fun and quirky, just like our earrings, fun and quirky. I don't think I'm going to fill that anymore. I think I'm going to leave it. They're both pretty even. They both look great. Just going to pull that down a little bit and over there. I think those look great. Now we're going to let them cure for a moment. I am going to really quick put some extra stuff in here, and I am going to do those rose gold eggs. I have enough left over that I probably won't finish them on this video, but I am going to pour them. So while they are curing up there, I am going to get to work down here. And I honestly think I am going to keep that much mica, but I'm going to add more alcohol ink just because I love this stuff. Ooh, that was a little more than I wanted, to be honest and to be fair. I want these to be a nice pale rosy gold. And I probably have enough to do the big ones. Maybe we'll do the big ones and the small ones. Now, these have a very textured flower design on them. So on these, I actually use my stick to my advantage. And I kind of go over kind of like a beauty coat before I fill it in completely. just to kind of work in between all those edges of those flowers. So I've told you in the past, if there's problems with your area that you have to paint, you know, they're no good. They go in the trash can, because there's no way of fixing if you have problems in those paintable areas. So I probably could put a little bit more clear resin, which I probably am going to do as soon as I get it kind of beauty coated around here. As you can see, it's pulling away. It means it could take a little bit more for this coat, this part. Then I am going to do this for just a second to get out any bubbles I can. I am going to go over this with, just to kind of swirl it around, making sure I go over those flowers so that those lines paint clearer. The 90-degree angles. As you can see, it's starting to cure a little bit because of the light coming off of the lamp. That thing is a powerful lamp. But I don't know if I did these ones that way, did I? And I'm not going to, because they're starting to cure already. I'm going to just pour this into the center till it fills the mold. And maybe we'll get that crackle effect that people get in UV. I doubt it. As you can see, it starts to work back to the center. But I believe that lamp, I need to shut off for just a moment and let it kind of do its thing. I don't know about those top ones. I'm going to put a little heat on there. See if I can reverse it a little bit. The bottom ones are actually closing in a little bit better than the top ones. But I still think I'm going to... No, I'm not. That lamp has ruined my plan. That kept me quiet for a minute, didn't it? I don't know what I'm going to do about these. I think we're just going to cure them. We're going to see what happens. I dropped a little bit of resin. That's okay. I'm just going to let them go onto the lamp and see what happens. And I will be back. And we're back. And they are both cured. Now, I'm not going to demold these today because this was not what we were working on. But as you can see, with the light going, they did not close in. This was already starting to harden around the outside. Now, this one looks closed in, and it kind of has that effect. Anyway, that will be a short video as soon as I do that. For now, we are going to work on these bunnies. So let's do these brown ones first. Oh, an air bubble. Oh, I have a couple air bubbles. That's okay. Oh, on the nose. You know what? Those are a no. I may have to try these again off camera for another day. As you can see, these are air bubbles that are so tedious to fix. On the nose, right there, if you put a top coat on, it's going to drain off there. Same way here. You've got this bubble. There's no really way of fixing that. For as little resin as this is, you're better off, you know, just recreating it. So that pair, that's a no. let's go on to these ones and hope for better luck. If not, I guess this video is going to be over very quickly today. All right, let's take these. These are if you want to do like a stud at the top, which that looks like it has an air bubble too. Oh no, I'm not very hopeful now. I can also make another one of those when I make those. The problem is it's never going to match that one. It's okay about the little brown tail though, because, oh wow. Well, that was worth it. Look how great those are. I'm going to stand up so I can get closer to the camera. Look, and it's got a little 2D tail. How adorable. I don't think they need this, to be honest. I think they'd be cuter as a dangle. And it dangles right from the ear. So, scrap those. Let's get these though. Let's hope for better luck. Yes. Now, look how perfect those came out. I probably am not going to dome this because it's perfect. These are flawless. There's not an air bubble. There's not a jagged edge. There's nothing. The only thing I would like to do is use some high viscosity, and I would like to poof up that tail. So what I'm going to do to make it easier to work with, I'm going to put it on here because we'll still need to finish the back. I'm just going to attach these right now like this. And I'm going to get out some high viscosity. And I'm going to put a dot of it right here on the back of my mold, because after it cures, it will come right off. Well, I'm so glad at least we got one pair of bunnies. Then I'm going to take a very small dotting tool. Get some on there. I want to just fluff up that tail a little bit. And we don't want it to run off the edge because we don't want to have to dome that bunny. But I think it'll just make that tail stand out a little bit more. Just flick it to the edge. There. Just gave him a little fluffier tail. Wow, this high viscosity is. These are adorable. I love the color. I just want to give it go to all that shape, the outside edge of that, and I'm just going to put because we don't want it to pull from the sides when it cures. So I'm just going to add a dot to the middle to make sure I have enough of a dome that it stays to the edge. That high viscosity is great, and I am also gonna get out any visible bubbles with my tool because I don't want to put heat to that, because what's gonna happen then it has the chance of running off the side. So now we're just gonna put it out in the lamp for 2 minutes. That is a bummer about those. I think they're okay though. I don't think for us, earrings with that stud top, circle top, sell as well as regular dangle earrings. And also, I think that you get more, you know, this is cute on some earrings. Like I like it on our Monstera leaves and stuff, but that is beyond fixing. Now I will say, they are still a little soft in the middle. They definitely would need like a 10-minute cure. And that's what happens when you use colors that are browns. And I probably put a little too much alcohol ink. I mean, they would cure over time. Let's just put them up under the light. I'll just do the rabbits to see how much longer it would take. So again, these molds are available. Crafty787.com. All right, it might be Crafty787 shop. But these are both available on her website. And I believe she has a Peeps bunny as well. Also with this mold, this is available as well. She has several different styles in this Easter egg. You can get just stud. I believe there's one where you can get the stud and that, you know, together. It would be cute to drill that and attach the egg at the bottom, but use like pastel, like lilac and light blue. These are a little more see-through than I would want. That is a dud to me. I really can't use those. But see that lovely floral? And you can choose to paint that, or you can not paint it. It looks good either way. I think if it was a dark enough color egg, you wouldn't have to paint those. But these, even this green is perfectly hardened. I might have just put too much of that metallic alcohol ink. That might have been my problem. Ugh, I have to take a drink break. Okay, let's get out our hardware so that once we get these back coated and sanded, we can put them together. So we're going to need a set of 7mm jump rings. This is House of Gems. These are 18 gauge. We're going to need a set of 6mm. And right now I am using 18 gauge in those as well. Hopefully these work. This is my cute little these are Fire Mountain sterling silver, super lightweight, 14mm. And these are the most comfortable ear wires you will ever put in your ears. Unfortunately, we don't have discount codes with those sellers. Okay, I think these little bunnies have had a minute. We're going to take that little piece of hardened off. Oh, yeah. Oh, those look cute. Let me stand up so I can show you this. Look at that little bunny, kind of rounded over. I am not doing anything with the front of that. That looks great. Now this one, as you can hear, is hard. It's not squishy. Brown is hard. Brown is a tough one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this off. I'm going to make sure this mold is wiped off so that I don't get anything on the front of my earrings. Then I want to position it so that it's like this. Almost forgot to sand around the edges. Move that out of the way. I'm just going to give them a once over. Just to make sure. That's how I test them. And I make sure before I do any kind of coating, I give them a little wipe down in between those ears. Okay, now we're going to try to position that right above there, so that where the jump ring of the earring goes, the little nub area that stays as a whole, you want to put that on the tape so that it won't run through and ruin the front of your earring. It's really important when you don't plan to dome the front. And if you do have seepage, then you will have to dome the front side. So I'm actually going to replace this tape because I don't want that to happen today. And I just use this kind of tape. You can use whatever you want, but it's really important because I don't want to have to dome that front. And if it runs through, I'll have to do extra work. So I'm going to I'll fix that down so that it's pretty tight. One thing I like about Crafty's molds, I know it doesn't seem, what is the word I'm looking for? It's important to me. It's important that when I have a pair of earrings and I'm looking at them, I like my earrings to be mirrored. So you notice the hole is on this side over here, and on this side it's over here. So that's a mirrored mold. It's important for ones like this. See, it's mirrored. It hangs on this corner and that corner. So no matter how the wearer wears them, they are mirrored. It's just one of those things that I enjoy as an earring maker. And like with this mold, the little chicks, they are mirrored. So when you have them in your ear, the chick is facing front on both sides. Even with these bunnies, they're facing front. Those bunnies have hardened up quite a bit, but they're still soft. Let's run them another 5 and see what happens. Curiosity. I must have put too much mica or too much of that metallic alcohol ink in. Now, very carefully, we are going to paint our nail gel on the back. Now this is the part that's tricky. I don't want it to go in that hole. So I'm going to use a tool to move it around a little bit. These are a little bit smaller. You just need to take your time. Try to get it to that edge as much as possible. You're not looking for a thick coat. You're not trying to level out the back of the earring. You want a nice protective coat on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little dot extra right there in the head area. Let me get a good dot. There we go. Then I'm going to take this little tool. Instead of using the brush, which I don't have as much control over, I'm going to use my little tool, and I'm going to move that nail gel around the way I want it. You could probably use a silicone brush and maybe a little one, I'm not sure. This is what works best for me because I don't want to dome that front side. They came out perfect. And now that tail just sticks up perfectly, and it's a cute little detail. So for me, it's about like the hearts. How cute would the hearts be if I hadn't had to dome them? They're still adorable the way they are with the layers and everything. They're really quite cute, but it would be cuter to see all the layers, the multi-layers, without that doming. We're getting... I just want that to the outside edge. Now we're going to let that sit. We're going to do the other one. It's not a short process. I wish I knew how to fast forward. I promise as I get better at these videos, I'll get better at fast forwarding through these boring parts, because I know for some of you this is probably monotonous, but I think it's important that no matter what series of video you find of ours, that you see the steps start to finish on every one. As we get going, maybe 100 videos in, I can refer you back to our first videos, and that would be easier. But we're new to this. We're still learning. Oh, Lord. The editing of the videos, I'm horrible at it. And then I used my editing software from YouTube last week on an Instagram post, a reel on Instagram. I actually used it as a short afterwards. But the first version, I ended up posting and then dirty deleting it because it was horrific. The way that the software put the angles of my photos at the end to show the finished earrings was terrible. I hated it. So I did it. I had to delete it, which I know that goes against the whole algorithm and what we're supposed to do and not supposed to do. But let me tell you, people enjoyed that video, seeing a little bit of the process. That was a challenge, actually, where it was an ambassador challenge through Glitter Chick, and then another community we're in, Handmade Market USA Canada. They had a color request last week for green, so it kind of worked for both challenges. So I'm going to let that sit a moment, because as you can see, the other one's very smooth. And I love when it gets to sit and it gets to look smooth like that. I'm going to actually put a lot more because it looks so finished. It looks like a machine did it. And it was just little old me. I really want to learn more. The videos that I watch on YouTube are mostly two-part epoxy videos. I watched this one lady from up in Maine. Her name is Michelle. And she does UV as well. And she does, she does some jewelry videos. And she's inspiring. Oops, I don't need 5 minutes on that. I only need 60 seconds. So let's test our bunnies now. Now they're hard. So that took 15 minutes, and I still would recommend, you know, of course we're going to back coat, but you'd still have to top coat to make sure that they were hardened. So that is your don't do what I do. Go easy with these, go easy with these. And probably if I had had more of this and less of this, it would have been a better combination. But I do love the striations that I see. Like, I know it's probably hard for you, but you can really see that metallic alcohol ink in there. I think I want to try these again with just this. And maybe just a skosh of that. I'm not sure yet. Anyway, that's another day because these are gone. They're actually boop, in the trash. Let me wipe this down. And then we will be ready to assemble the earrings. I'll get photos, and then we'll have another video in the books. Get my earring cord out. I have a fancy schmancy way of making my earring cords. I take this, which I get off of Amazon. I come over to my mouse pad on my computer, on my laptop, and I poke holes in it. So there's that. And get some rubber ear nuts because we do send those with every pair of our earrings. As you can see, here's those rose gold. They're all in their packaging. Remember, we do have a discount code on Let's Resin's website. Use code TwoCrazyShuckers. You'll get 10% off your order. And we have a discount code if you shop through our link on Crafty787. You get 10%. And Same with Ambassador Chick, Glitter Chick, and our Ambassador program on there. Use our code TwoCrazyShuckers. You'll get 10% off your order. Now, as you know, with gel polish, you need to clean it off. Do you wear earrings for Easter? Let me know in the comments. Please like, save, subscribe. We would love to get to enough subscribers that we could go live and actually make a pair of earrings live with you. That's Easel Does It. She's been doing lives on her channel, and I really love watching her live. It shows you that we're not perfect. We all make mistakes. We all have good days. We all have bad days. And you just have to kind of roll with it. So, oh, that one didn't want to go together good. Let me check that. Okay, now I need a small one. 6mm, I should say. Now, it's really important when you're putting together that you try not to mar up your sterling. It is a soft metal. You just have to work slow. Go easy. So I'm going to put this one on first. It's kind of like how I have to do it. Oh, those are really cute. The rose gold is definitely a texture, a color. I don't know what the word is. Ooh, that one looks bent weird. So I do have special, these are like a rubber, you know, they're rubber guided, so you can bend your sterling without making marks in it. And it's really a wonderful, we did wire wrapping for a while. And it really is nice to, you know, bend those back into shape with those. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to. So you don't have to always resin dome your earrings. When they come out this perfect and they have that 2D effect, I think it's kind of cool to see them just as is. Now we add our ear wire. These have some great movement. And I love the little poofy tail. Super cute. Super fun for Easter. I don't know if you could wear these much throughout the year, but they are so cute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you for watching. Truly appreciate everyone who leaves a comment, lets us know about you. We've been following anybody who follows us back. So please like, subscribe, and comment anything you'd like us to see, anything you'd like us to change, anything you'd like us to make for you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.